Today is not a good day. Basically, my phone got stolen from me yesterday. Hi guys, I am Dazel and welcome to my channel. Today is a sad video. So if you have watched my Paris vlog, you'd know that my phone was stolen from me. And so today I'm gonna tell you the story. It is a story time, and I don't know if you will find this video informative or this video would make your life any better, but I hope this video would kind of help you guys to be a little bit safer when you travel. I'm just gonna get right into it because as safe as you think you might be, you might not actually be that safe. So does that sound really cryptic? Anyways, I would like to think that I'm one of the most careful people out there when it comes to traveling. I am very paranoid. I keep everything very organized. I know where my passport is. You know, I make sure that everything is where I know that everything is. Make sense? So in preparation for this entire Europe trip, because obviously like I have friends who have traveled, my family has traveled to Europe, and we're going to Rome, we're going to Venice, we're going to Paris, we're going to Barcelona. Rome is known for pickpocketers. Barcelona is known as like one of the highest crime rates. Barcelona is one of the highest in crime rates in Europe. So that's what I was prepared for. I was prepared for pickpocketers. I was like, I am not letting anyone take anything out of my bag. So in preparation for this holiday, I actually took the time to buy myself like a little pouch like this, where it fits my phone perfectly, so that I can sling it under like my jacket or clothes or whatever. And then on the back there's a pocket so I can put like my debit card and stuff inside. So I had this, and then my boyfriend bought me a bag like this so that I could put my vlogging camera and tripod inside. Like, it's a good size. My passport was behind here. There's a zipper here, and there's another strap here just to be doubly sure. Inside there's another zip pocket, and there are two other compartments and like stuff. I was so prepared. I bought like an RFID card blocker so no one could clone my card. I was like, yes, I am ready. Nobody is taking anything from me. Little did I know. So what happened was we went to Paris. This is the second day in Paris. This is the second day out of our 12-day trip. And basically we had a great day. We went to the museums. We went just to explore around Paris. And the sun sets like really late at like 9-10 p.m. So we thought we had quite a bit of time before, you know, we could make our way back to the hostel. So we go for dinner at the Moulin Rouge and had dinner, had a good time. We wanted to go out for drinks after, but I was like, no, you know what? It's getting a bit late now, like really late, like almost 11. We should slowly make our way back. So I told my friend, I say, let's make our way back because I don't feel safe at night. So I do a quick Google of like how to get back to the hostel from the Moulin Rouge. It was quite a simple journey. We were used to already taking the trains and stuff. So essentially there were two routes. There was a route that we'd take the train, change train, and then head to Gare du Nord because that's the big station where our hostel was at. Or we could take the train to La Chapelle station and walk one straight road. It's an 8-minute walk. So I was like, okay, either or sounds good to me. Like, I'm not a person to not want to walk. Like, it's an 8-minute walk down a straight road, which is on the main road. Should be fine. So we were on the train and we were really tired, and so we missed the station that we would have to get off to change train. So the next station after that was La Chapelle. So we're like, okay, let's get off. And then we got out. I should have known Like it felt dodgy. It felt like a dodgy station, but we were like, literally, get out, continue walking, don't stop walking. And we didn't know, you know, that La Chapelle was like dodgy or anything. We just thought a station nearby, one straight road down to our hostel. Simple enough. I got out my Google Maps, obviously, looked at it, thought that I was going in the right direction, but Google Maps has been playing up the entire trip. Like, it's just not detecting correctly, like it was glitchy and stuff. So I got out of the station. It smelled very strongly of marijuana. And we started to walk. Like, we crossed the road and we started to walk. And like, I don't want to be judgmental, and I don't want to be like, oh my god, these people seem dodgy. But there were 2 guys in front of me and 2 guys behind us as we were walking. And I don't want to immediately think that everyone is out to get us or has like a bad intention. But I just felt really uncomfortable, and I told Ashley, I was just like, I'm not comfortable. And she's like, neither do I, dude. So we walk. And we walk fast. And the 2 guys in front of me could feel that we were walking fast. So one of the guys turned around to let us walk in front of them. And so I was like, oh, merci. And he was like, de rien. And we're just like, thank you and you're welcome. So I was like, okay, maybe there are nice people here. Walk ahead, walk ahead, walk ahead. And we were quite ahead of them before I decided to take my phone out of this. So this was literally under my coat. And like, I took it out of the thing. I checked Google Maps. I was like, oh crap, we're walking the wrong direction. And I was already very uncomfortable, but I didn't really want to like turn around to look like we were lost. So we literally just like stopped for a bit. I was like, Ash, look, we're in the wrong direction. It couldn't even have looked like we were lost. It could have been me just showing her something. Next thing I knew, my phone light was traveling away from me. And I knew in that moment that someone had grabbed it from my hand. It was literally here. I was like, we're in the wrong direction. Gone. And I like, you know how you say when the reaction time is like 0.03 seconds? That was my reaction time. I knew exactly what was happening when it happened. Turned around, started screaming at the guy, ran after him. And I was screaming, I was running. I was screaming at him in French. And yeah, I just kept running and running and running. And Ashley took some time to register what was happening. She ran after him as well. So like I said, there was 2 guys in front of us, 2 guys behind. The guy who stole my phone was the guy who said, "You're welcome" to me. What an asshole. And then the 2 guys who were behind me saw this was happening and was like, what happened? And I was like, my phone. They ran after him. A bunch of other guys saw what was happening. They were like, what's happening? And then I was like, my phone. Ran after him. There was at least 8 people running after him. And like, deep down, I like had a glimpse of hope that I could have gotten it back. But turns out that didn't happen. So I was running and running and running, and like suddenly there's this guy who was on the phone. He stopped me. He was like, stop running. Like, I mean in French, he said it in French. He's like, stop running. And I was like, no, you know, I was flustered, and Ashley continued to run. And then they just like basically just like stopped us. And then like later on we found out that it was because the guy who stole my phone got off on a scooter and just took off. And so that's why they stopped us running, because there was no point chasing after him. And I was like, oh my god, this is my 2nd day in Paris. This has happened. I need my phone. Like, my details are on there. The hostel bookings are on there. Like, crap. I was thinking more about that. I was thinking about the pictures because I didn't back them up and stuff like that, and I was just frustrated, like so frustrated, because I took my phone out for less than a minute. And even after all the precautionary measures I've taken, the guy didn't pickpocket me. He didn't try to scheme to take it. He just took it from my hand. I don't think there was anything I could have done to prevent that. And I kept apologizing to my friend. I was like, I'm sorry, we should have just taken the other train. We shouldn't have walked. Like, we really shouldn't have walked. It was late at night. We shouldn't have walked. But I just thought it was like 8 minutes. No big deal. Like, we walked quick. But I was later informed that La Chapelle is a very shady area. But I didn't know that. And like, out of all the things that could have happened, like, I didn't expect someone to just take it out of my hands. Like, I felt very violated because I was being careful and I was like holding on to my phone like tight. I wasn't just swinging it around. I didn't leave my phone on a table and someone just grabbed it. Like, I was holding it in front of my face and it could still be taken from me. And in that moment, I think like all the things kind of ran through my head about what if I had a lanyard on my phone? What if I had my pop socket on? Because I used to use pop sockets all the time, and this time I didn't, just because like I changed my phone cover. Oh my god. But yeah, but my, you know, like my friends and family did say that, imagine if that happened, there was a struggle, he could have pushed you, he could have hit you, it could have been much worse. I could have physically gotten injured. At least we weren't robbed at knife point or anything. At least it wasn't worse than that, and at least he ran away. You know, it could have been, I don't like to think about it, but it could have been much worse, because to be fair, we were two girls walking down the streets of Paris at night. We looked like foreigners, although I did speak to him in French, so I assumed, and I cussed him out in French as well. But yeah, so like, I don't know what I could have done to prevent it. However, the guys that stopped me from running, I was on the phone. He was actually already on the phone with the police when he saw us running. So he was so helpful, he was so nice, and I spoke on the phone to the police. They asked me to describe my phone and stuff like that. And this was already like 11:30 coming 12 midnight. We were scared. Like, we were really scared. And the guy was like, head over to the nearest police station and make a police report. And so we were like, okay, we'll start to walk there. So we start walking. We were scared. We didn't want to walk anymore, okay? But we did, and we found the police station. Turns out the police station there said, oh, we don't take this kind of crime report. You have to go to another one. And there were a bunch of guys outside who was like, we'll take you to the other one. Like, don't worry. We know where it is. It's like, okay. And one of the guys was like, when he started walking, we just followed him. And then he walked us to his car. And I was like, no. He might be a nice guy or what, but I just got robbed. I am not getting into someone's car right now. So I was like, it's okay, we will walk. Ashley and I decided, you know what, let's book an Uber. Uber was playing with me. It wasn't taking our PayPal, it wasn't taking our cards, it wasn't taking nothing. I was so frustrated, and Uber's still doing that right now. Even though I'm back in the UK, it's still not taking anything. So Ashley and I couldn't book an Uber. We were like, we can't Uber to the police station, we can't even Uber back to the hostel. So I was like, what should we do? In that moment, I just figured, you know what, even if I do make a police report, that doesn't mean that I'm getting my phone back. I don't know where my phone is. Even if I find my iPhone, the police are not going to send people out to get it, right? So I checked the map, and turns out we were near, like, we walked so much that we were near a station that could go straight to our hostel. So I was just like, you know what, let's go back to the hostel, do find my iPhone, try to track my phone, put it on lost mode, or even erase the phone, and then tomorrow we'll do a police report. So went back to hostel, did all of that, and then the next morning then I made a police report. So yeah, that's what happened to my phone and how I got basically robbed. I can't even say like, oh, I was straight up robbed. The thing is, thank goodness that I don't want to say that it's like, it's not a blessing, or I don't want to say like it's a good thing, because it really isn't, but at least it was just one of our phones, and it could have been a group of guys who basically like mugged us and taken everything, like wallet, passport, like everything. They could have also like mugged Ashley, like her phone could have been taken and we would have left with nothing. So at least we still had Ash's phone to get around with. All our hostel stuff, we could still access it on her phone and stuff. But I mean, I don't want to say that like I'm so dependent on my smartphone, and the thing is like it's not even really about the phone, it's like it's the content in it. Like I needed it to continue another 10 days of travel. It was, oh my god, it was very frustrating, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be super dramatic and say like I had PTSD from it, but I did have trauma. Like the next few days actually, anyone who started running behind me, or anyone who kind of like did some fast movement around me, I'd get like chills, I'd freeze. Like it was traumatic, to say the least. I thought I was really careful. I thought that I did everything to try to prevent anything from getting stolen. It's a really bad thing to say, but I wish they'd taken my wallet instead, because I need my phone. Yeah, so that is how I got robbed in Paris. It was like sad, because I've always wanted to go to Paris, and it's been one of my like bucket list dream destination kind of thing. And for that to happen kind of left a really bitter taste in my mouth. And I'm not saying that I would never go back, but probably not for the time being. And if I did, I probably would just stay like around touristy areas. Well, actually no, because sometimes they target touristy areas. See, like, it's tough. Anyways, I hope you guys took away something from this video. It was kind of more for me to rant, really. Side note, the next morning the guy tried to sign into my Apple ID. Ugh, annoying. Anyways, I really don't know why people want to steal phones now, especially when you can lock it and erase the phone and stuff like that. Like, it is dumb. Like, it's so dumb. And then when I report the IMEI number to the police, it's gonna be blacklisted, and if they try to sell the phone, it is going to be listed as a stolen phone, and they wouldn't get any money from it. And then if you sell it for parts, that's like barely anything. So what's the point, thieves? What is the point? Reflect on yourself. My god, get a job. So anyways, I guess that's about it. Leave anything you want in the comments. If something similar happened to you, let me know. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.